What's up, duders? I just recorded an entire video and it went away. Just magically disappeared into the void of life. Hooray. So I'm super pissed about that. So I'm going to hop back into Street Fighter 3 again. After just having finished grinded another arcade run. Got my ass beat for like 20 minutes and then gave up. We're going to go again. And what you missed was me hitting a couple cool supers with Chun-Li. And clutching a couple wins against unbeatable computers. And then I got beat down by Necro. So I switched to Urien. And when you switch characters in the arcade mode, it changes who you're going up against. And then I learned that Urien was kind of fun, so we're going to play some Urien. I just thought he was dumb naked man, but now he's pretty cool. Because he's my Urien. He's my urine. And we gotta make up for that video we just lost too, so.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
One box
Well, I got the picture.
Locked inside cuts they may need to capture. Made a best fighter
I've been waiting for this. Prepare to strike. Now. Prepare to strike. Now. Final round. Engage. You lose. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Yeah, I've been waiting for battle.
one box messed up and crap.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Yeah.
Enter the heat of battle. Go for it.
Let's fucking go, baby. That's what we couldn't do last time. We couldn't beat Chun-Li. She was going crazy on me, man. Kneel before me. Level 1 arcade CPU. That's all I got patience for right now. I'm having a really good time playing Urien. We're actually going to upload this as 2 videos away from our last one. This is episode 4. Sad to see episode 3 disappear into the nether realm, but what am I going to do about it, you know? I just wonder if there's a way to save it. All that work for nothing. I was trying so hard to, like, learn parrying and put on a show for the YouTubes. Hit some cool super combo action. Whatever. At least we got this episode to follow it up. That was pretty fun. We're going to go back to the grind again. I don't know if we're ever going to beat the arcade mode for these games, but I'm definitely sticking with Street Fighter 3 for a long, long time. I'll probably play this game on and off for the next 5 years at least. And Guilty Gear, it'll probably be a very rare occasion that I play that game after I'm done with the next episode. But I am going to put a lot of time into Exard and a lot of time into Strive, so that's where most of my new Guilty Gear time is going to go into. If I did play one of the older ones, I would probably play the first one because it's fun to abuse the combos in that game. And then I would probably play Accent Core plus R and probably X2 Reload, just because they're most likely just more refined versions of the X that I'm playing. So Guilty Gear X. And not that that's a bad game, it's just really, really hard. That's all. That's the only thing. That's not even a problem. It's just, do you want a really hard game? How hard do you want it? You know what I mean? If you want to win, keep restarting the first couple of arcade CPUs, I guess. It's not always just about wanting to win. It's about wanting to feel what a good match would look like, you know, without having to play impossibly good to get it, you know. I like going back and forth between winning and losing, though. I used to be like, when I wanted to get good at Halo, I was like, I have to lose until I beat everybody, until I always win. And then on other games, like on Smash Bros, I'm like, I freaking hate losing. I only want to play against CPUs and keep working on tech skill for the next 10 years and just be a random god. Like, that's not how I truly feel. Like, I do still want to do some more slippy matches online. Like, I had a good time doing that, but it's one of those things, like, I know that you don't get that much, you know, it's a lie. People don't believe that you don't get that much better from long-term grinding. They don't want to believe that because that's their hope of getting good. You don't get that much better at long-term grinding. Like, if you can't bring the skill out of yourself now, it's not just going to magically be there from playing 8 hours a day for the next 10 years. You know, you might still suck one random day 8 years from now. It's all about now. Like, what can you bring out now? You know what I mean? Can you tap into a better self now? I think that's sort of the thing that gets people about fighting games is To actually be good at them, you need to be a now person. Not, you know what I mean? Not a in 5 years from now when I play this game every day. You got to be a now person. I don't know. I've been having a really good time playing these fighting games, though. Sucks that I lost the last episode. I was really happy with it because I got some really cool. I was on like level 6 of that arcade, or 7 or something. I was pretty far. I was hoping that was gonna be the run, but then I ran into Chun-Li the wall at level 6 or something as Urien, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I need to learn what Urien's moves are. But we had a good episode here, and just making multiple episodes of these things is getting me to the point where I can just like do this all day, where I actually want to overpopulate my channel for a while with just like excessive, over the top number of videos, just to like get a feel for it, get the grind going, and get a lot better at these fighting games, so I'm more watchable, more knowledgeable, those sort of things. But I will be back again soon with more Street Fighter. Probably play Guilty Gear X one last time tomorrow for a big session, and then call it quits on that. Hoping to at least get to level 8 of this, beat level 8. I think that was the CPU that I couldn't beat. So if we could beat level 8 CPU with like Jam or Soul tomorrow, that'll be the goal. We're moving into Darkstalkers. We're gonna do some of that today. We might do another Street Fighter video. We'll see. I'm having a lot of fun with this game, learning the parry system and learning how it's when you're getting in on somebody, you can like actually use the parries to have a high level engagement instead of just like randomly smashing buttons. Which sometimes you have to mix in randomly smashing, because if everything is just too predictable, even the CPU guards it perfectly, and a good player probably would too. And then what are the other plans we got going? Gonna do a little bit more Pokemon today. I'm making today like the first day where it's like heck of videos, I want to keep going with this because it's not that I necessarily want so many videos that bad. It's just I want to have within like a year be able to say that I made it through lots of these games that I had always dreamed would be up on the channel. You know what I mean? That's sort of the idea. I don't care about how many views they get or how good all of them are. Each one, if it's the best I was ever in, best happiness I was ever in, state of being, most funny I was ever talking. That doesn't matter to me anymore. I just want to show that I can put a lot of work into something that people necessarily wouldn't always expect to pay off for me. You know what I mean? To show, that's just, I don't know. That's just how I feel. And it's actually good feelings, what I'm saying. Like, I'm not doing this like 6 years ago when I was just doing it hoping that it would be a job, hoping that people would really want edits from me or really want gameplay footage from me or something, you know what I mean? Now I'm doing it as a passion project, and I think that's what I like about it so much. That's why I feel so passionate about it, I guess. Goofy stuff aside, we did a little bit of melee practice today. We're going to be doing lots of tech skill long practices, so tune into those if you want to see someone working on their tech skill on box specifically, which is a lot different than controller. That's pretty obvious that it is, but even like the training for it, even like the mistakes that you're going to get are just different than the type of mistakes you're going to get on controller. There's a lot to know about it. So the next 10 episodes should do me pretty good on that. Because I think the more I get the tech skill down on the box, the more I won't have to like try so hard just to play at some of my best levels, you know what I mean? I don't have to focus so hard just to hit the 6 wave dashes in a row, you know what I mean? Where on GameCube controller, like the more you practice, some stuff like that is very like automatic, trying to develop that same thing but on box. And the more I do that and the more I master this controller, like the better it's feeling every day, regardless of where the buttons are too. Like sometimes up is on my jump button for Smash Bros. Sometimes up I'm playing an RPG and it's on my pinky. I highly recommend these controllers. There are some weaknesses, especially in the first 6 months, but I'm certain after a couple years, like, you'd be using this thing like and performing possibly better than anyone ever has on a normal D-pad controller for fighting games and a normal joystick controller for Smash Bros. Style games. There is a lot of advantages to them. When you have reached the point where you don't make all those mistakes anymore, those little mistakes you would make from either getting used to it or the controller operating differently than a controller with a joystick or stuff like that. But yeah, that's a little bit about the boxes. The more I play these I was gonna make some box videos after just playing Smash Bros. But then I was like, there's a lot of people with box who have already mastered Smash Bros. I want to be a box player who shows that it's possible to even do advanced tech in other fighting games, and I really want to push the envelope with how good you can get at multiple fighting games on a box. You know, that's sort of my little niche that I want to push. I'm still going to play fighting games on my arcade stick, still going to mess around. Maybe I'll play them on my keyboard once in a while just for funsies, and but primarily the box has been really fun, so we're going to keep sticking with that. I feel bad not using my joystick as much, but at the same time, Smash Bros. Really only works on the box for me, and that's one of the games I want to be the best at, so it makes sense to play a lot of other games on the box and use that to farther my skills on the controller or whatever. But that's a little bit about the fighting game journey I've been going through. It's been a good time. I don't know which game I'm going to eventually down the road want to go to some tournaments and take seriously and make more content for and stuff, but you know, we'll just leave it up in the wind. Right now I'm leaning towards like Melty Blood, whatever ends up being the newest game from like the Blaze Blue Under Night series, whatever is like the next thing that's coming out. I'll probably play that a bunch. If there's ever a next Dragon Ball Z game, I'll probably play that a bunch if there's not a bunch of auto combos. Guilty Gear Strive for sure. That's like the main thing we're working towards. If you haven't heard that before, that's sort of the main thing I'm working towards, is trying to be a really competitive Guilty Gear Strive player. Even though I haven't even played the game before. I'm just an envious fan from a distance. So basically, if I had to narrow it down without giving you a massive list of things, it would be or Smash Bros. Melee. I like saying Beyond Melee because I don't really care about the normal game anymore. Beyond Melee, Guilty Gear Strive, and Street Fighter. I almost said Tekken. Street Fighter Third Strike. Those would be the 3 games that I'm vibing with the most, that I can tell that I love the most. But yeah. Definitely, I know I'll be into Guilty Gear Accent Core really hard because I really like Guilty Gear X. I think it's awesome. I just kind of want some more character options from the get-go. And I know I really like Dizzy. I had fun playing Dizzy. And I'm sure there's some more characters in that game that I'll like. I really think that game's super challenging, and I think it's very refined compared to the first Guilty Gear. Everything feels really balanced. The combos, like if you get the extra damage, it's all because of your tech skill. It's not really because you're just spamming moves. For the most part. I swear there's something else on my mind, like a couple other games that I really want to play, but those would be the main things I'm going to be into. I'll definitely play a lot of King of Fighters 15 next year whenever I get around to getting it. And we'll take a trip through the King of Fighters and SNK games. Killer Instinct is a game I want to see how good I can get at that game as well. A lot of these games might only play them somewhere between like 0 and 30 hours altogether in my entire life, but who knows. Other ones I'm planning on putting like 2,000 hours into, 1,000, something like that, you know. 500 minimum for like Street Fighter Third Strike, I would say. I could definitely see myself playing that more than 500 hours. Who the heck knows, though? I was still really hoping that people make a return to that sort of era. I just feel like it's an untapped potential, you know what I mean? Like, I like Street Fighter 5, and I'm definitely going to want to play that game, but it's just like, where's, like, the follow-up to Third Strike? Where's the follow-up to Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Where's better crossovers with, other games? And they kind of, I feel like that whole spirit of the 2D fighter genre is like all left to indie developers now, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool because we do, like, Blazing Strike. I know I'm gonna fucking love that game. Like, I can already tell you I'm gonna play that game for at least like 50 hours at minimum, maybe, at the bare minimum 25 hours. I could see myself playing that game. Now it would have to be terrible, and it doesn't look like that, you know what I mean? Like, it would have to be really bad, and I can already tell it's not that bad. I just can't wait for it. Some of those indie developers, you see a trailer like in 2019, and it's 2021 going on 2022, and it's like, you guys ever gonna finish that game? Should I be hopeful for it, or is it a flop and you don't want to finish it, or you know what I mean? It's like, if they were more honest about things, they might get the support that they need. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who would probably want to help with that game if they were struggling, or something like that. Or want to reconsolidate and work with them and make a different game, but use ideas and assets and fix it up, you know what I mean? Start from the ground up, but with some pieces instead of starting from the ground up with nothing. Some solid pieces to work with, you know what I mean? Taking out the bones. But, yeah. I'm just trying to... The reason I'm talking so much is because I'm really trying to... I know there's, like, some other games that I should be talking about that just aren't popping in my head. Like, Darkstalkers we're doing later today. I'm sure we won't be able to beat the arcade mode, but we'll at least take our time with it and have some fun. And there's a lot of little... I have a huge list of little fighting games. I'm not going to get into all of them. But, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus we're going to touch into a little bit. That game definitely looks like it's up my alley. Probably a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom series. We'll have some time with that. I guess we're just kind of waiting for the next big announcement, right? Because I already know about Guilty Gear Strive. I already know about King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood Type Lumina. I already know about Street Fighter Third Strike being a great game. Guilty Gear, all the OG Guilty Gears having their own different feel and being their own different games. So now I guess I'm just... why I can't finish what I'm talking about is because that was what I was thinking about in the back of my mind, was like, I wonder what, like, is the next big fighting game that'll come out that'll seem that amazing to me, you know what I mean? Like, I can already tell that I haven't even played Guilty Gear Strive once, and I just know I love it, it's weird. But, yeah, suppose I talked enough, probably talked more than I played. The next couple episodes and everything is going to be mostly less commentary, more sweating and trying to get through. At least I want to at least beat like one arcade. I don't know what game it's going to be on, but I want to beat one and pop the fuck off and scream for the world. So I'm going to drink some water and get some melons and eat some unhealthy snacks as well, like a fatty. And then hop back into some Pokemon, hop back into some Darkstalkers. I don't know why I said hop back in. It'll be my first time. Probably because I talk about it and look at the characters so much in artworks and stuff. I'm obsessed with the game, and I haven't even like watched any of it or played any of it really. Kind of taking a break from Skullgirls. I feel like there's too many games on my mind, and I do want to get good at that game, but it's another one that's like, there's too many games on my mind. I gotta put some on the back burner, even if I really want to play it, Because I want to, like, see if I can, like, jump onto a new game and be, like, a star player for a while. I know that's, like, a petty thing to want. But I just want to see if it's even, like, somewhat possible. I'm not even asking to be the best most popular player who ever plays the game in the world. I just want to see, like, is it possible to join in the community and you know, be a real member of it, you know what I mean, and help people and make cool content and have some good times like that. That sort of thing, you know. Especially with Blazing Strike, I feel like that'll be a game I try that for. Like, I'll go crazy in the first couple weeks that it comes out and not play anything else and be a freak about it. I think that's sort of the game that I want really bad. But who knows what'll end up being, like, the next thing I jive with as much as, like, Melee and Third Strike. And yeah, I almost want to, whenever I say that, I almost want to say Guilty Gear X, but I already have a feeling that I'll like Accent Core and X2 Reload more. Maybe I might even like Exard more. Exard seems pretty confusing with all of its dust stuff and cancels and things that I'll have to, like, really research to figure out. But I'm sure the, like, learning resources for that game are better, because there ain't shit for Guilty Gear X, to be honest. Like, the only thing you could do is try to analyze a really good player's playthrough and try to pick up, like, every possible thing that they're doing. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. That's a little spiel about me about me from fighting games, from me about fighting games. And I'll see you guys when I have half a brain. Peace out.